And every time you came to eat, you sat down and ate, literally sat down on the ground, on a big rug perhaps, and you ate from a common bowl. You ate from a common pot. You see, that's very different than sitting down with a TV tray all by yourself privately in the middle of the family. The Middle East understood the family, and the family's still very important. All right, here we go. Long sermon today, huh? But that's all right. That's the point. Here we go. Take a leaf and lay it stem side up. See? Can you see that? Perfect. All right. Here we go. We'll put in a little bit of meat, less than a tablespoon, because this is going to swell up. It has rice in it, you see. And you roll it up, a little package. Don't pack it too tight now. This way, then this way, and roll it up. Got that? Let me do another one for you. It's very simple. All righty. Whoops, that's 2. We don't need 2. Do another one here. A little bit of meat and rice. Yes, there are other fillings. You can use plain rice. I have a friend in Tacoma, Jan Safarian, who makes this dish. Her husband is Armenian. He's a violinist and a maestro and all of that. And she makes these with rice and a bit of tomato and currants and a bit of sugar and olive oil, and she eats them cold. They're heaven. Now, you make a whole bunch of these. Then I'll show you how you pack them in the cooking casserole here. Here we are. These have already cooked. You pack them in the casserole, first of all, putting a layer of leaves on the bottom of the casserole so that it doesn't stick. And then put them in very tightly, pack them up tight together so that they don't come apart when you're cooking. At least I hope they don't come apart. We'll see what we've done here. Ouch, I'm going to have to get a fork and dig some of these out. Be very careful with them now. They're very, very fragile. There we go. And we'll just remove the skin. I also have a top layer of leaves on this dish so that I could put some plates on the top. Did you see me take those plates off? I've used those for weights to keep the leaf. There they are. You see them? That looked awfully messy to you at first, but now it's lovely, you see? There we go. Get this top layer of leaves off. I put a weight on this made of a plate. You see, a couple of plates so that they don't bubble up. Then between each layer, between each stack that you put into the kettle, you put a layer of leaves over it, layer of your little tightly packed, cigar-shaped bundles of rice, lamb, cinnamon, allspice, and the leaf itself, and then pile them up, then put water to cover, or I use broth, put broth right up to cover, put the lid on, and I put a plate on it so that it would hold up well. They wouldn't come apart. Oh, these are perfect. Ouch. Yes, they're hot. And then you cook them for about half an hour on a light simmer. Oh, boy, these are hot. At the end of the half an hour, you prepare the juice of 1 lemon. I haven't time to show you all of this. Matter of fact, all I can do right now is burn my fingers. There we are. Prepare the juice of 1 lemon, and then add to that 3 cloves of garlic, and, ouch, oh-ho, 3 cloves of garlic. I'm really burning myself. 3 cloves of garlic, and pour and water to make it up to 1 cup of liquid. Pour that over the top of the pot, and continue cooking it for another half an hour. There, that's enough. You'll get the idea, right? Let's put a few of these on the plate. Look at that. It's just absolutely heaven. Oh, these are good. I like them best with yogurt. There we are. Our plate is gaining here in stature. All right. Now, let's go on to another one. You serve these with yogurt if you like. It's very good. Let me show you another basic vegetable dish. You see how heavy the vegetables are here? A lot of vegetables in the Middle East. There. Arrange these nicely. They could probably take some parsley. And now we want to make a vegetable dip of chickpeas or chichi peas or what's another word for them? There's another word the Italians use. Garbanzo, chichi, and chickpea. That's all 3. All right. I'm going to put into an osterizer 1 can. This is a 15-ounce can of garbanzo beans, juice and all. Or into a food blender. Now, you're going to add a 2nd can, but please do not, there we go, please do not use the juice from the 2nd can. You understand me? 1 can with the juice, the 2nd can goes in without the juice. If you want to do this from scratch, you have to cook the dry beans, and it's a lot of work. Then we're going to add the juice of 1 lemon, already prepared, and several tablespoons of a product called tahini. And tahini is from the Middle East. It is ground sesame seed and sesame oil, and it's almost like a peanut butter except that it's sesame, not peanut butter. How much do we want? I usually put in a whole bunch. Yes, how about a half a cup would be fine. Just like a paste, you see. There we are. You get the recipe. Garbanzo beans. This is a meal. Yes, it is. Garbanzo beans, 2 cans. Juice from 1 is gone. Lemon juice from 1 lemon. And now we're going to add a couple cloves of garlic. Oh, couple. This is just a good excuse for eating garlic. Perhaps 3 cloves if you're really into it. Notice I keep my garlic squeezer in a dish of water here, a little cup of water when I'm working, and I don't have to stop cleaning it, stop and wash it out all the time. The blender will not break down the garlic smooth enough. That's why I'm crushing it up beforehand. It will not be smooth enough. There we go. Oh, I see the mystery man brought us our parsley. Aren't we lucky? We'll be ready for everything now. Yes, I do have people that help me here in the kitchen, of course. A lot of them, and a lot of eaters too. And no, I don't do the dishes. That's none of your business. Okay, here we go. We're going to blend this on high. Come on, go, a little bit higher. There we go. And this will turn into a very thick paste, a very creamy paste. And there's an air bubble in there somewhere that we don't need. Well, this isn't a very good ad for the company, is it? Come on, machine, go. Mine at home works great, and it'll cream this up lickety-split. We're going to pretend that that's done, but it's really not. Okay. Close as we're going to get, I'm afraid. Let's see what we have here. You could probably do this in smaller batches and have less trouble. Oh, this isn't so bad. It really is thick. That's the problem. Now, you know how this is served? Absolutely gorgeous thing. Let me show you. You get a plate. I haven't even room around here to move. And you pour it right into the center of the plate. You see? And then on the top of that, we're going to pour a little bit of olive oil. You just trickle it on for added richness. There we go. And on top of that goes a little bit of parsley. We're really getting a formal, very formal Middle Eastern dinner here. Very formal. I used to eat this stuff all the time as a child. My uncle still does it. He still has these parties, and I go and I recognize all of these dishes. And one day we even got into an argument about how his mother used to make such and such a dish. And that's a good thing to argue about with Victor. That's a great thing. Now, this is the way it's eaten. The bread, you take a wedge of bread and dip it into the hummus, thusly, you see. Oh. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's great. Say, speaking of bread, you know when his mama died, I remember this very clearly. When his mama died, she willed him her bread paddles, which meant he, as the oldest son, and Lord, he had 3 brothers and 2 sisters and I don't know how many nieces and nephews. When she died, she willed him her bread paddles, and that meant that he had to continue to bake bread for the family. And the bread was baked, and it still is. Vic still makes it. He makes a big round, much larger loaf, but it's what we call pocket bread, and it's baked in a round circle like this, and it blows up into a big round ball so that when it collapses, it's hollow inside. And in the Middle East, you don't use knives and forks. You use this for eating. You tear off a wedge, and everything is eaten with bread. Everything is a sandwich instead of knives and forks. So we'll need to put a slice of bread on our plate now. And yes, I did remember. I know where it's at. Here we go. Oh, they're ready, too. I should hope so. Look at this one. Eggplant with pine nuts and lamb. Oh, we're really going over the edge today. Is there room on the plate? Is there room on the plate? We'll try it and see. Okay. There we go. And I'll dish up a few more of these because I want you to remember what they look like, and then we'll go through the rest of the meal. There's also the possibility of some great yogurt mixed with cucumber and garlic. Make a terrific salad called Lebanon, because yogurt, you know, is milk that's alive. And that's the same word in German, Leben, you see? It's lively milk, and it comes from the desert. So if you mix some yogurt that you've drained, first of all, you see I've drained this with a little bit of cheesecloth. You understand what I've done? Drain the yogurt. There's about a pint of yogurt in here, so that the liquid that comes off can be thrown away and won't be in our food. We don't need it. We just don't need it. So we'll put a lot of garlic and some mint. Oh, did I mention mint in the grape leaves? That's another great variation. If you like mint, add the mint at the end along with the garlic and the lemon juice. Now, if I've thoroughly confused you, then you have to write for the recipes. You see, it's all a plot. That's really not true. I'm trying hard to remember everything. So we want some salt and pepper and some cucumbers that we've peeled and sliced thin. And we'll toss this with a bit of garlic and some mint. Let me get some mint out of here. Some dried mint. If you have fresh, it's much, much better. I have lots of fresh mint in my yard at home, but I didn't have any today. There we are. A little bit of parsley garnish on the top. And you have a lovely cucumber salad called Lebanon. And this goes along with, let me get it all out here for you. This goes along with lots of olives and marvelous breads and a good pilaf and hummus. And whoops, missed that one. So good. Hummus and rolled grape leaves and okra that's been cooked with lamb and garlic so that you have a whole feast here. Now, what happens when you come to the table? Oh, I didn't mention the eggplant. Remember the eggplant with the, that's this one. You want to go through those again? The okra with lamb, the rolled grape leaves, the eggplant with lamb and pine nuts, the bread, the hummus. The hummus is the paste, you remember, and of course the salad, and then lots of olives, and you sit down with all of these glorious things, and first of all you have a glass of arak, which is awful. No, I love it. It's very much like Greek ouzo. It's made from anise, or it has a licorice flavor. It's very hot on the tongue, and it prepares your tongue for the feast that's about to come. You go to all of that work because the person behind this meal has gone to a great deal of work. And that's the way you communicate in the desert. In the ancient world, we did not have a word for community, but we used the word table. Come to my table and be with me. And in biblical times and in desert times, even now, when you invite someone to eat with you, you are establishing a very intimate relationship, much more intimate than sexuality or anything else. To eat with someone is a sign of absolute intimacy. That's why Grandma Abdo would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and bake bread. That's why she would cook all day long, and at the end of the day, instead of giving them an instant supper or a TV tray, she would lay out a feast like this, give them all a hug and a kiss, and then say, eat, eat. That's it for the Lebanon course. Until I see you again, this is the Frugal Gourmet. I bid you peace. Bye-bye.